Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing a Jeep Wrangler Willys Wheeler 4XE. Before we get in this video though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Dodge Ram here in Sandy, Utah for giving me some time with this Wrangler. I'll include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money, the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder paired to a hybrid system. Total system output, 375 horsepower and then 470 pound-feet of torque. MPGe rating is 49. The MPG rating without any hybrid assist is 20 miles per gallon, and then you can get 22 miles on a charge with this. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see, well, it's very green and we've got the Willys logo, but notice that it's got the blue accenting because this is a 4XE. And then down here, you guys can see here with the LED lights, and this is also where the turn signal indicator is located. And then look at the headlights here. This one has the black front grille, which is really cool. And then you guys can see with the blue tow hooks, and then we got the fog lights here at the bottom as well. And putting it all together, I'm not going to pretend to like this because although I like the green and the black, the blue accenting with green, yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Come around the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 255, 75, 17 in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see here with the wheels, they're all blacked out. You got the little Jeep there at the bottom. And then just look how aggressive these tires are. Now, just like most Wranglers, we got the giant fender flares here. You guys can see with the Jeep badge how that's in blue. And then notice the mirror caps, those match the fender flares, and then also there in the rear. And something to note, solid rear axle, solid front axle. And putting it all together, you know, once you kind of like take a few steps back and you can see the blue a little bit less, it looks pretty cool. So here's a key fob. We have our unlock function, our lock function, remote start, Jeep logo there on the back, and then got the flip out function too. And then popping into the rear, first off, really easy to open that up, and then you guys can see the little Jeep chart right there. And then with the window, just plop, and then that'll let us pop into the back. So just like most Jeeps, you guys can see with the roll cage how it's body painted. That's pretty fun. Got a 12 volts just down below. This one has the Alpine sound system, and you guys can see for all the bolts and everything underneath. But there's the back. Oh, when you're all done, by the way, plop, and then plop. And then here are the taillights. You guys can also see we've got the 4XE logo down below and then the blue recovery hook. And then here's the spare tire just like all of the others. And then you got the camera there in the center. And wrapping things up, again, minus the blue accenting, I think it looks pretty cool. Okay, actually I lied. It looks like this has the same shocks as the Rubicon because it's got the red shocks. Now officially popping inside, you guys can see here with the padding on the door panel, and then look at like the netting down below and then the handle. Now with this Willys package, you guys can see cloth seats, and then like look at the trim all down the center portion. And then you do have the vents here in the back. You got the window controls, and then you guys can see here with the power outlet as well. Oh, and by the way, legroom's pretty good, and then headroom's also pretty good back here. Now with the front door panel, you guys can see again with all of the padding, and then we've got our door lock and unlock control, the mirror adjustment. There's a quick look at the mirrors, and then we got more netting here at the bottom. And then here's the front seat. You guys can see again with the trim all down the center. The seat is manually adjustable, and then we got our light control here. Notice this is for the gas cap release. That's to pop it into hybrid mode. That's fully electric mode, and then this is to charge the battery as you drive. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see we've got nice trim all around. Look at the darker stitching there on the center. Radio controls here on the back with our cruise control. We got our controls to the center stack, voice command, phone controls as well. Turn signal stock, and then we have our windshield wiper stock. Now here's the center gauge clutch. You guys can see the RPMs on the one side, and then you can see here we have what's happening with the hybrid system on the other side, so it lets you know how much power you're using or whether you're charging. And then here in the center, notice it'll let us know our range, so how much battery range we have, and then fuel range. And then you can also scroll through different menus, see different bits of info on the Wrangler itself. Now in reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, and the resolution's pretty solid. As for the rest of the infotainment system, response time with the screen itself is really good. We've got heated seats and a heated steering wheel, and overall it's great. We also have the off-road pages, which will give you off-road information like, you know, your elevation, for example. And then with this, you get the gray dash, which a lot of people are very fond of. Anyways, analog controls here for the radio, the dual zone climate system, heated seats, and then also this is for the battery, whether you want to do the regen or not with the system, so it's called max regen. Your off-road cruise control, and then notice we got our window controls down below with some charging port action. Now we do have our four-wheel drive select here, so we got two-wheel drive, four-wheel auto, neutral, four-wheel high part-time, and then your four-wheel low, and then your shifter for the 8-speed automatic. We've got some cup holders here with our brake, and then look at the padding in the center console. Pretty solid. We got the Jeep grab handle here, and then the glove box, it's kind of small. And then up top we have these controls for the roof, because this one has the sky top setup, which is really cool. And well, for those of you that are wondering, just one touch and look at that, it's the sky. It's almost like the sky top gives us access to the sky. It's pretty crazy. So here's our winter sticker for this 2023 Willys, Wheeler, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, $54,735 base MSRP. After all options, this sticker's for $63,020. That is correct, $63,000. Let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility of the hood, both of the mirrors, and throughout the rest of the rear, and well, 4xE away. So it's going to obviously turn the engine on right away because we don't have a lot of battery charge. I've done plenty of testing with the 4xE in full electric mode, and I will say, pretty impressive system. Even on the highway, it's got good power, but you know, just like most of these plug-in hybrids, when you are on the highway, you lose quite a bit of the driving range. So 22 miles turns into like 10 miles in terms of driving range on the highway. But I will say, the engine's really quiet, so that helps out. I've got the max regen on, so that'll help us get a little bit of battery. It does keep enough juice in it to basically give you that, you know, massive amount of acceleration all the time. We're actually gonna do the top. Let's do that while we drive so we can fully experience the sky top here with the Wrangler. That's kind of cool. Honestly, I'm a huge fan so far, because it's like a giant sunroof, basically. I mean, that's pretty much what it is, really. Now with this Willys package, it rides, I would say, better than a regular Wrangler because the tires create a little bit more cushion, right? They've got a bit more sidewall, but at the same time, you do kind of feel the knobs going into the road, so that kind of leads to a little bit of an interesting feel overall. Waiting for this Tacoma to decide what they're doing with their life. Oh, it looks like you can hear everything so loud. We've got an ambulance coming by, or fire truck rather. They're going down the other way, so we're fine. But man, that's loud. So that's what happens when you got a sky top, is you can hear everything. So we are getting up and moving again. I'm a huge fan of the sky top so far. It's just it's a cool feel, and I like how just accessible it makes to doing top off action rather than having to take the top off yourself. I mean, this is way easier than soft top or hard top. This 4xE powertrain is pretty fun. Let's see the full-blown acceleration though. Woo! That's quick. Yeah, that's quick. That's for sure. Quite a bit of wind buffeting from the top though, I will say that. But I like it. I mean, it makes for the experience. This is like the Wrangler experience, and it makes it more accessible. I will say though, reliability of the soft top, or the sky top, right? That's my big question. How long is that top actually going to last? But summing things up with this package, I really like it. I think this is honestly the Wrangler sweet spot because, you know, let's be real here, folks. Are you really going to use the Rubicon capability? Are you really going to use the lockers? No, you're not. But this, you could still go on, you know, off-road outdoor adventures, and this is still amazingly capable. The top like that kind of adds to the fun. The only downside is, man, these Wrangler prices are crazy. $63,000. I mean, I feel like when the JL series first came out, this would have been like a, I don't know, probably $10,000 less expensive vehicle than it is today. But still, I think it's pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if you think this is the Wrangler sweet spot, or if you think that you should still go Rubicon.